And now we're going to be going to Gibraltar, which is very cool because I think it's a map we don't see enough of. I think it's a really interesting map. So, Rogue starts on defense. We have the standard that we've talked about, which is a 3-2. 3 tanks, 2 supports with the soldier in there and the diva. And on the other side, the exact same thing, because that's pretty much what a lot of teams have been playing. At least, like, in the scrims that I've watched. Not pro level scrims, by the way. I'm not in Korea being able to like watch this, but like from the teams in Europe that I've seen scrimming, a lot of them have been playing this. So it's going to be all about how much damage do you do on the enemy shield with your Roadhog right clicks and your soldier, and how much of that can you protect with your diva. So it's the shield up, the diva trying to help the shield, and then these guys trying to pressure the enemy shield over here, right? So these two guys trying to pressure the enemy shield. It's not too interesting, I think, if it's just kind of symmetrical and both teams doing the same thing. Okay, Taimu's still looking for picks though, right? So he's not really with the team. He tried to go above, try to get a pick, but now he jumped back down with the team. So you have up here, this is Wins. He was defending blue box, trying to, because he has the one who has mobility, right? So he can be down here, go back up, try to contest this, and then jump back down. The problem with the fact that he's up here is that he's not helping reinforce protect his shield. So my guess would be reinforce is going to have his shield fucked right here. Okay, Rogue decides to engage. They get a pick on Internet Hulk. Taimu gets one though, and then Mickey gets AKM. He's looking for the hook. He didn't quite time it properly to get the Vic. Harry Hook goes up top to try to contest the enemy soldier. Attack visor, but he gets wrecked because we have attack visor with nano and we have attack visor without. Oh no, he's not even attack visors. Right, so we just have a nano boosted soldier who killed the enemy visor fast, and now we have a Vic activating the visor. Vic is playing just really well on soldier. Like, when you think of him, you think of the Genji, you think of the Pharah, the Mei, the Hanzo, all that kind of projectile-based, all those projectile-based DPSs. You don't necessarily think of hit scan, but as you can see, his tracking is just on point. Earthshatter from Coco, I think it hit the shield. It might have got an Unco here. We can't really see because of the payload. No, not Unco. Someone else that went in front. But not a perfect timing on the Earthshatter there. Because you don't have flashbang in these compositions, you can't go for a flashbang Earthshatter combo, right? So it's really about breaking the enemy shield, or at least trying to time it properly so that like Reinforce has his shield down so that you Earthshatter and you get stuns. If you don't, like, it's kind of like a mind game between the two Reinhardts. Okay, my shield is up, my shield is down. Like, can you time it properly? A lot of mind games goes into playing Reinhardt. Okay, really, some pretty good right clicks from AKM. I think this is the one period where he was doing pretty well on Roadhog. Not as consistent as Timer though, I'd say, on the Hog. No swaps in terms of compositions. We have 4 ults for Rogue, 3 for EnvyUs. They're gonna have Soundbearer fairly soon though, so potentially 3 and 3. 4 and 4, I mean. The question though is, can Tvik get the visor? Okay, so they nano boosted. So Tvik didn't quite have the visor, so they nano boosted the whole hog, right? But since it doesn't give you speed anymore, that means you need to speed boost with your Lucio. You also have the Soundbearer that is dropped on both sides, but because like you can speed boost the Roadhog, sure, but they can also speed boost out. Before that, you used to have speed boost from the Lucio and from the nano boost, so then they couldn't match that on the enemy team. He gets chips. He also helps get Harry, which is good. They win the fights, but like they still used 3, now 4 with the attack visor. They used 4 ults. They won this fight pretty well, but they used 1, 2, 3, 4. And on the side of EnvyUs, they used just Soundbearer, right? I think Mickey still has. Wait, I'm not sure because he was at a mech. The thing with Diva ults, you never really know if like it's her mech form or non-mech that has the ult. See, like it showed 55%, but she actually does have her ults. It's just Diva ults. So now Rogue has 1. They might be able to farm the nano. They might be able to farm this during the fight, but EnvyUs is going to have pretty much 5 pretty soon. They already have 4. They just need 10% on nano, and then they have 5. Wins flies up here, tries to contest the soldier. EnvyUs actually does a push from here. They actually went before they had nano. Tvik on the high ground gets contested by the Diva, and the point is lost. So they decide to give up. They decide to retreat to try to set up for second phase. Good Earth Shatter there by Reinforce, gets 2. And they clean up. Now this here, I saw this live. I think this is a bit of a mistake. If you watched some of the stuff I did about Eichenwalde at the Overwatch Open, you know that it's all about on the last point, the door closing, so that you only have those 3 entrances to open up, right? And here it's the same thing. Like this door is opened, right? If you let this payload get pushed a tiny bit, right, this door closes, and then you only have these 4 tiny entrances on both sides, right? And that's a much easier choke point to defend than when this door is like wide open like this. So here, what I would say is like let them push the payload a tiny bit, and then as soon as it goes to this, that's when the door closes. You can be aggressive into them, and if you win this, then you're in a great position. See, like it doesn't quite close when it's here. The shuttle, the payload here needs to be pretty much parallel to the door in order to shut down, to start the door closing. Here you see it's not quite parallel. It's like, wait, it's like this when the door is like this. So it needs to go a bit further down. Right. Oh, I'm wrong. It actually needs to be further than that. Right? Yeah, it's still open. Right, so it's even further than I thought. Okay. Right, so you see the payload here. Since the door is not closed, it's gonna retreat and go back this way. So this door is pretty much never gonna close. Okay, they try to drop the Diva ults. They drop the nano boosted attack visor, but it's getting negated by the Diva. Unco gets Harry Hook. I'm not sure how. Maybe it was a grenade. And yeah, this door is still open. Okay, and right now, like right now, the door has to be closing. But now, they're not in a position to really engage this. I guess they are. Okay, so this engage, I'm fine with. Now the door is closed. If you're able to win this fight, then the attack only has those 4 small doors to go through. So this is good. But they need to win this fight for that to happen. But they lose it. Alright. So this phase, it's kind of like Eichenwalde. You want to manage your ults so that you have plenty of ults for the fight that's going to matter, right? The 2 fights they won before that, when the door was still open, they don't matter as much, right? You want them to push a tiny bit more so that the door closes, and then you go with the big fight with all your ults. And that's when the attack is in a really tough position. Because here, right, they were here for a really long time, right after the door. And then they lost 1 fight right here. And then they're going to have 1 final fight right before this if they want to stop EnvyUs. Alright, so they're trying to regroup up top. And then right before the payload goes to the checkpoint, they're going to jump down and try to engage this. So Mickey, pretty smart, tries to zone them off with the Diva Bomb, but Reinforce can afford to jump on the payload and tank it with his shield. Whoops, there we go. He can tank it. Oh no, right. So he was tanking it with his shield, and then right as it was about to explode, Coco charges him, therefore removing the shield, and Diva kills him with that. That's really well played by Mickey to use the zoning ult on top of the payload, but also by Coco to then charge and nail the charge onto Reinforce. Tfik is trying to like assassinate Harry Hook, but he isn't able to. Harry Hook was able to get away with also Mickey protecting him with the defense matrix. And we only have a few seconds remaining. So a decent defense by Rogue. I still would have preferred them to like let that door close a tiny bit earlier so that you can get a good fight after that. But they're able to stop the payload right before the second checkpoint. Okay, so we move on to the other side. Rogue is on attack. They're going to go for a double dive. So 2-2 with Winston, Genji as double dive, and then a soldier in there. So finally, and this is the first time I think in the series that we see AKM being the one on soldier. On the side of EnvyUs, we have something that is very interesting. We have a 4-1 composition. So 4 tanks, and then 1 support, and then Harry Hook onto soldier, right? So this goes back to what they used to do on First Point of Gibraltar, which was a 3-1 comp. So they had the Rhine, they had the Roadhog, they had the Winston. What they had instead of the Anna was a Mercy, because back in June, this was like late June, early July, before the McCree buffs, basically, right? So they had Harry Hook onto soldier. They would play Chips as the solo support on Mercy, and then they would have right here Tailspin on Pharah. Okay, so you have the Reinhardt on the low ground to contest the payload, the Roadhog contesting the right room, Internet Hulk on Monkey contesting the blue box, the soldier on the catwalk in the back, and the Pharah flying above everything, and the Mercy just flying between everything and just healing everything. Okay, so this is just kind of the same thing, except they're gonna keep Mickey on the Diva. So 4-1 composition, single support composition. Kinda interesting. And as opposed to Rogue's 5-1 comp that they did on first point of King's Row, this actually makes more sense, right? Because it's not quite as all in with 5 tanks, right? You still have the soldier on the catwalk. And also, it was a composition that for the most part they already played a few months ago, right? Except for Chips swapping Mercy to Anna, but that's like he's been playing Anna all the time anyway. So in this type of composition, you still have the Anna here. So except for Mickey and not having a Farah here, it's the exact same comp they used to run. So they already have experience on this specific map, on this specific point, playing this comp. So I think it's really smart to go for this. Whereas Rogue, the 5-1 thing on King's Row was questionable, right? So you have the soldier catwalk. You have the monkey here. They're also gonna put Taimu and Mickey here. But what they used to do was Coco here contesting payload, Taimu down here contesting the room here on the right, bottom right, Internet Hulk contesting blue box and everything that would go on top of this high ground, and then the Pharaoh would be flying somewhere in here, and then the Mercy just goes top, heals the Pharaoh, heals the Roadhog, heals the Reinhardt, and heals the monkey. And so you have this very interesting kind of crossfire defense. Now this is just the new way to do it. You put the Anna up here. This is very strong, these two, because you have the nano boosted attack visor. You also have the grenade with the biotic field. Is that what it's called? Soldier's heal, right? You pop down a grenade, you pop down Soldier's field. That's a pretty strong AoE healing for both of them. They have good damage. If someone tries to set up on this high ground, they're going to get contested by the Winston that could put a bubble shield here. They're going to have the Diva to defense matrix this, right? So this is solid positioning, right? Coco's going to be down here kind of alone, but since Chips has vision of him, right? If Chips just goes up here, like slightly to his right, he can see Coco and heal him. Right, Chips can also see all these tanks over here and heal them, right? So this is just really, really strong setup. Right, so despite the double dive, you know, these guys are gonna try to synchronize to jump onto the soldier and Anna over there. But if they get backed up by the monkey and the Diva that can jump, it's gonna be really hard for them. Right, so this is what we're talking about. They're trying to take control of this high ground, but you see this is the bubble from Rogue. Here you see the bubble from EnvyUs, from Internet Hulk, and they're trying to set up here. Ooh, he just melted time there. That's not enough though. The monkey and the Diva can constantly just jump down and then jump back up and push them off and put shields and put defense matrix. So they can just deny this high ground all day long, and it's going to be really hard for them to contest Harry Hook on this catwalk over here. I really like this kind of defense. It's really fun. Right, so the 2 dive tanks up top, the 2 other tanks down here, and Soldier Anna on the catwalk. And you just stay this way. It's extremely solid. The Genji comes here. He's able to assassinate the Anna, which is really good, because like as soon as you do that, that's a lot less healing. That's the whole healing of the team gone, except for like Soldier's personal heal. Also, your Anna does have some good line of sights here. Sightlines. Your Anna does have good sightlines to actually snipe as a sniper if everyone's just full on health. And so ACAM's trying to peek, but there's also a soldier firing back, and the enemy Anna. Attack visor. He gets pushed off by Internet Hulk with a really good timing on the Primal Rage. Even if you do get Mickey, he's just gonna get out of mech, ult, and go back in. It's just really solid crossfire defense. And there goes the visor. Like, we could go over ults and all that, but I think this is just like good positional play from EnvyUs. And if, like, I don't know, like, right, so Rogue won the previous map, so that means EnvyUs, yeah, EnvyUs picked this map. And going forwards, like, they're gonna be playing against Kangdu Anxia. I would try to stay away from Gibraltar if I was Kangdu. So Tvik comes up here, Dragon Blades, but the whole hog is here to push him away. And there was also a nano boosted monkey. So he just got wrecked. Tvik swapped to the Tracer to try to come touch and prolong, but this is the end. EnvyUs holds on Gibraltar, therefore it is a 2-2. 2-2. And we go to map 5. Map 5 is Eichenwalde. So EnvyUs is on defense. Go back to standard 3-2 with a soldier. Rogue is going to go for a mobile composition that they've done right before. So Monkey as tank, Tvik, that way you have double dive, and the Pharah. However, this time they're going to decide to help the Pharah a bit more with the Mercy, which is good because, like, all of a sudden your Pharah is stronger. You have res, however, you don't have nano boost. So it's a question of how much you value that nano boost, right? I'd say, you know, it did get nerfed, so if you want to have a stronger Pharah, I don't mind going for Mercy instead of the Ana. I think people are still playing Ana a bit too much just because of, like, her raw healing potential, because of her nades, because of her debuff, right? Who are all very, very, very strong. Yeah, sure, but if you want to have a stronger Pharah, then having the Pocket Mercy is definitely going to help. Is it the right choice? That's hard to say. Alright, so ACAM's trying to find the hit scans that are in the back over here. But he gets just gunned down by a Harry Hook. The evolution of, like, how to defend on this map has been, like, extremely interesting because people used to really defend this, and if you play in solo queue, that's what they still do. But there are so many ways to kind of circumvent this choke point that now a lot of teams have just gone away from that and just kind of defend further back now. They're like, okay, go through the point, we're fine, we're gonna stand, like, on point on this high ground, on the high ground, in the hut in the back, and just play over here instead of really in front of the point. See, like, look at the Reinhardt position. You don't see it. Right? No one's up here, right? They're not playing with the Mei in the room over here on the right. They're not doing any kind of this thing in the left room. Right, you know, try to peek up top, right? They're really playing further back. And a lot of teams have been starting to do that. Have started doing that. Okay, so they have to take down the soldier. But that was a, yeah, that was a tac visor. Dragonblade, he gets chips out of it, but that's it. Good shurikens, good right clicks from Tvik. Nice play by Mickey, chasing the Pharah in the air and getting him. They nano boosted the soldier right here, but he was kind of like in the awkward position of here, you know, trying to get out this way, but it doesn't work. There's a monkey in his face, so he goes out the other way, and then monkey goes back this over here. Mickey tries to zone with the D.Va ults. We have an Earth Shatter that catches 2 people, I think. I don't think we've seen any swaps this far. Still keeping the same compositions. One minute 30 remaining. They have the barrage, but that's pretty much all they have. Oh, they have Dragonblade soon. Now they have it. They're pretty close to Soundbearer, fairly close to Rez. Gets nothing out of the barrage because of the D.Va mostly. Soundbearer goes down to save Tvik. Helps take down Taimu. Again, some pretty good shurikens. And they're able to capture first point in the end. But in terms of time, that was not a great time on first point. Okay, they swapped the Genji. They swapped the Genji for the soldier. They swapped the Mercy for the Ana, and they're also going to swap the Pharah to the Hog. Okay, so pretty much symmetrical except for the Zarya here and the D.Va. So yes, you have Graviton, but you need to be smart in how you use it so that it's not negated by the enemy D.Va. And also, like, even if you get like 1 or 2 Gravitons, if you're not protecting your shield compared to the D.Va, then I think it might be better to just pick D.Va here. Okay, Harry has attack visor. The nano boost is ready. There we go. Jumps down. 1, 2, and 3 with the help of Coco, and try to clean up Nox right here. He doesn't get it. Oh, he actually falls down. Wow. Oh, that's a bit too aggressive. You want to chase and try to stagger the offense as much as possible so that they lose time. But if you die, your spawn's really far away. So that was like a really pretty big pick from I didn't even see who got the pick, but pretty big pick. Harry hooked, drops Unco and wins. Oh, that's a weird charge. That felt a bit random from who was it? Reinforce? Coco? Harry Hook is almost at another attack visor. Chips is at 70%. With Soldier being in the meta, now this part of the map becomes extremely high ground focus. Oh, this is the crazy ult. So 4-man ult from Mickey. Let's look at the setup a bit more, right? So the Soldier's always going to be up here now. Like, this is going to be the thing on this map. High ground, high ground, high ground. So Rogue is trying to find a way to contest this high ground. So they decide to go on the right into this way, outside this way, and then go back up top and contest it that way, right? So they're in, they put the shield up here so that they can go through, and then they don't want to push through those stairs, so they go up and they start fighting here, right? So we have a hook from AKM who grabs Taimu. Taimu falls down, but he had time to kill Unko, which is kind of crazy. And there's the ults, but right, it's Mickey. But like, what's weird is that this isn't. Okay, let's take a look at this. Like, this is Mickey, right? Yeah, this is Mickey. So he went in, he dropped this, and then he's retreating as out of mech. Oh, is this getting pushed by reinforce? Wow. Okay, so the mech was actually stationary here. It was stopped here, and reinforce charged the mech, trying to take one for the team, but it ends up here killing himself because Coco charged into him as well, so he was stunned down here. Someone was over here, died. Someone was over here, died. Someone was over here, died. Let's look at this again. Okay, so they go back top. They're in here, trying to go through. Here comes the hook. Unko dies, Taimu dies. Mickey flies up here, drops it down, ults. Nox is jumping above. AKM is using Whole Hog in the back. Charges. And so Nox is gonna die. AKM is gonna die. Reinforce is gonna die. Where's the fourth? So Unko and Wins are already down. Okay, so Wins actually dies before the ult goes off. Where's Tvik? Okay, so Mickey actually killed Wins with his pistol, and then the ult was pushed by reinforce over here, and then it killed himself. It killed AKM, who was using Whole Hog here, and it killed Nox, who was like wall riding, trying to jump down from here. So yeah, it was reinforced trying to like help his team out by charging, but like if you charge, you know the enemy Reinhardt can like charge you back. Let's look at, yeah, Coco. You see Coco, he's right here, but he presses charge, so he's knocked down and he's knocked down. And now the ult is here. You don't have a shield to protect AKM. Nox is jumping off right here, and Reinforce is right here, and they're all gonna die because of the ults. There we go. 1, 2, 3, and then Mickey had already jumped off and killed someone with his bunny blaster. Oop, boop. Does he fall? Yeah, he got boots. Mickey played so well this series. Like, so Rogue has 30 seconds to try to push this a bit further. Try to hopefully get the second point. Envy has 4 ults, almost 5. Rogue has 3, almost 4, and a 5th pretty close. But Harry Hook jumps down. This was like probably the play of the game. Like, it's not flashy, but like in like the flow of the game, this completely like screwed up Rogue. Okay, they just got wiped. They're trying to go back in position to get a last push on the payload. The whole team is here except Tvik. He's running back from spawn. He's weak. He got shot from Harry Hook, and so Harry Hook jumps down, gets a shot, kills him. Right. And so now for final push, you don't have your visor to combo with the nano boost. And so it's probably GG. Hurry Hook is still up there shooting from above. Right. Really, really good Earth Shatter. Gets 3, maybe 4. No, 3. Which pushes off Taimu, I think. No, actually no. Interesting. Tvik is able to come back in time because his teammates were on the payload, so it's overtime. But, like, still. If Harry Hook hadn't done that, maybe Rogue gets this checkpoint. And here, we're going to see EnvyUs be able to contest in time. They jump back, they jump out right before the checkpoint. They zone with the D.Va ults. D.Va gets reinforced. And Nox just kind of steps off the payload for half a second. And that's it. And that's it. So right before second point, Rogue, EnvyUs was able to stop Rogue. Okay, so now it's EnvyUs' turn to attack. They go for a 3-2, same structure, just a Reaper instead of the Soldier. Okay, Rogue, on the other hand, they go for a 3-2 as well, but with a Mercy for their Pharah, and also with a Zarya instead of the D.Va, right? So pretty much this entire series, I think the whole series, we've seen Mickey on D.Va and not at all any Zarya, whereas Wins has been on Zarya, he's been on Winston, he's been on D.Va. So they don't have much to deal with the Pharah right now. Like, D.Va can do these kind of cute things where she flies and blocks rockets and such, right? But they don't have any kind of hit scan to really kill the Pharah. Well, they have chips on Ana that can try to shoot her, but it's not easy to do so. Especially if you're getting pocketed by like a Mercy. So, just fighting on point, as I've said, like teams have kind of stopped, at least pro teams have stopped really defending on the choke points. Tvik gets a barrage, he gets 2, but he goes down to the Lucio. Mercy also goes down before she can get a res. Right before she had the res. Taimu swapped to a Tracer from the Roadhog just to get back on point really faster, just reinforce. And do they cap it here? Oh, we have a res from Unko coming in. He flies back out. The Pharah is still flying above doing damage. And we have a Beyblade. One of the rare Beyblades we're going to see this match. But they're able to still win and cap the point. So a much faster first point than Rogue had. In terms of swaps, they get off the Pharah Mercy. They had the Hog. Okay, so they get off the Pharah Mercy and they just go for the Soldier and Ana. Where's the Soldier though? We saw EnvyUs play really high ground focused with the Soldier being here and, you know, we shield in front of him and all that. And here, it seems like Rogue doesn't want to play like that. They want to jump down and contest. And I'm not sure why. Okay, so the Reaper comes in. He has to Wraith form out. Continues to do damage on shields a bit. Mickey gets 2. Graviton from Wins. Don't really have anything to combo it with. AKM gets 1, Wins gets 1, but EnvyUs wins the fight overall. So, in time of need, AKM says fuck it and goes back to his McCree. EnvyUs still has Taimu on the Tracer. So we have a double hit scan with a standard 2-2 structure, and here we have the same Reinhardt diva that we've seen, just Taimu on the Tracer. He started Roadhog, now he's on Tracer, staying on Tracer. Harry Hook comes behind, he's trying to like stall a bit. Oh no, they're on attack. Yeah, they're on attack. So because of the first fight that they took jumping down, now Rogue doesn't have control of the high ground, so they have to do for this. They have to go for this kind of scrappy fight onto the main street. And Mickey gets another really good devault, so we're gonna try to watch that again. Right. So they were kind of set up here, but they're getting harassed from this side. I don't know by who. Probably Taimu on the Tracer. And yeah, the Reaper could just come behind. So now, scrappy fight. Let's try to see and find where Mickey is. Okay, here's Mickey. He's ulting. This is ulted. He puts the ult down. Okay, so he puts the ult down. Coco lands a really good Earth Shatter that you can see right here. It drops AKM, Reinforce. There's someone here. I think that's Nox. I'm not sure. And yeah, Nox dies to it. So Nox, AKM. Oh wait, no. No, Nox dies to Mickey. AKM dies to Coco. And then Reinforce dies to Mickey. And also Unco dies to Mickey. I don't think Mickey, I don't think Unco was on screen there because I didn't see him. So they win the fight. They have 3 minutes to just do about 20 meters of the payload. Harry Hook now has Death Blossom, so he's going above right here, waiting for them to come out of these doors right here. And yeah, it's do or die for Rogue. They have to jump down. The Reaper gets nano boosted. He gets slept before he ults. Now he ults. He gets 2. Coco cleans up Tvik. And that's it. That's it. EnvyUs with the upset wins 3-2 over Rogue. It's kind of funny because in the end, maybe Tailspin leaving was kind of a blessing in disguise because, well, Mickey played extremely well on that Diva. Diva is extremely strong this patch. So putting Internet Hulk, who is, I think, their main shot caller, onto the Lucio role makes sense, first of all. Harry Hook, their former Lucio player, is also a really good hit scan and overall DPS player. So this weird roster swap actually in the end maybe made them better. On the side of Rogue, we did talk a bit about AKM, you know, trying out different heroes, and I guess for now he's not really feeling it this patch. It's going to be interesting to see how they can bounce back. And yeah, overall a crazy series, really crazy series. So that's it for today. Thanks for watching. Thanks to those who tuned in live onto the stream. And for those of you who weren't here, well, I'll just be uploading these onto YouTube. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter @followkirby, and I'll see you next time.